What I learned from 340 podcasts. Yes, hello, it is episode 340. You might think, is that a milestone? No, not really, but I learned a lot from them, so I'm going to tell you. Now, of course, this is Friday, time for our weekend challenge, and unlike yesterday when it was cold, well, actually, it is cold today, I'm out in the garden. You can hear the birds tweeting. For those of you just listening to this on iTunes, I actually do these as videos. So if you want to hop over to the website, you can see what I look like. Don't be scared. It's not that bad. But you just go to marketingforowners.com/podcast. They're all there, every single one. Although the Wednesday one is, like this week, doesn't have a video when it's an interview because that's a long one and you wouldn't want to look at me for that long. Anyway, I have, as you can imagine, just done 340 podcasts, including this one. And from that, I learned a lot. And things change, and I change with it. So I think that these things I learned can be applied to any business and make sense for anyone. Doesn't matter what you do. So these can work in my fire safety business, in my marketing business, in anything. So grab your pen, grab your pad, grab your pencil. And again, just to remind you, if you are driving, if you're doing the washing up or doing the dishes or making dinner, you're in the shower, or doing something else where you can't write it down, just go to the website, like I said before, marketingforowners.com/podcast/340 for this one, but they're all there, and you can grab the notes later on because it's all written down for you. So, number one, batch up your work. Yes, record. If you're doing interview podcasts or things, do them in batches. John Lee Dumas, for example, famous entrepreneur on fire, he does 7 interviews a week. Does he interview people 7 days a week? No, he puts aside Monday and he slots them in. I think he actually records 8 on a Monday, every single Monday without fail. It's like clockwork. Now, when I'm away, or quite often when I do these, I will record a batch of these because I have a busy schedule and I can't just hope that it's not pouring with rain, that everything's working, or I can find time to do this. Of course, sometimes I'm with my kids or on a break or on holiday or whatever. So batch things up. And that's the same with your work. If you do things in batches, you get into the flow, into the swing. If you have to start something, get into it, finish it, go do something else, and then another day, start something, get into it, etc. It doesn't work the same. If you start that thing, get into it, and then do another one, another one, another one. So think of the work that you do. Think of what you have to do and think of what you can batch together to do in bunches of work. Bunches of work? I don't know if that works. Number 2, have a backup plan. Now, stuff is going to go wrong, absolutely. So have an alternative. What else can you do? So, for instance, in podcasting, there are going to be glitches. Recently, I had Jordan Harbinger on of The Art of Charm, one of the biggest podcasts on iTunes. And halfway through our interview, which was going great, by the way, Skype packed in completely. Nothing we could do. We both rebooted at either end and did all kinds of stuff and tried all sorts. It just wouldn't work. And we had to just abandon it. So off we went, rearranged for another time. But then what do? I had something else to do. Now in that case, that was finding other work to do and rearranging my schedule around it. With with standard interviews like this, my backup is I have spare battery. I've got a battery charger, portable charger for my iPhone. You get them on Amazon. Look up Anchor, chargers on Anchor on Amazon. They're dirt cheap and they're fantastic. I have a spare microphone. I actually have 2 or 3 spare microphones, but I even have a spare tripod. So have backup plans, right? Don't just wing it. Things will go wrong in all of life. Number 3, be consistent. Now, I record an interview every single Wednesday. I record a podcast, a short sort of 10-minute podcast, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, or rather I publish. Of course, number 1, I batch them. So I publish. Now, on a Monday, I mention a recommended book. On a Tuesday, toolbox tip. Thursday, drive time podcast. Friday, weekend challenge. People know what to expect from me. It's there. It's going to be like that until something works better or someone asks for something and that works better. So that, be consistent. The news on TV is the same time, and on the radio, same time every hour or whenever it is. You know when it's going to be on. That program you're expecting, unless you're watching Netflix, on TV is on at a certain time. The football, the sport is on at certain times. People expect consistency, and it's the same in business. So again, apply that to your business and think how that can work for you. Number 4, stay on topic. Again, my subjects are that I talk about and I write about on the blog and talk about on when I speak are all around marketing for small, medium-sized business owner or marketing team, and around tips to make your life better, to make it less stressful, and to build your business in a way that's easy using a proven system. Now, there are many aspects to that because I have the 7 Ps of modern marketing, and there are many aspects. So we talk about websites, about social media, lead magnets, email marketing, referrals, and those are the things that I will discuss all around. But other little tips to help you, the business owner, have a better business life. All based on my experience. But I don't really go off topic. I don't discuss politics, don't discuss religion, don't discuss, I'm not going to tell you how to write a book, I'm not going to tell you how to code your an app or anything like that. Stay on topic, specialise, be an expert in your niche. Number 5, leverage the brilliance of experts. Now, the best example of that is my Wednesday expert interview series. Quite simply, I find the top experts in the online marketing space. So there are people like Omar Zenholm of $100 MBA, Kate Erickson of EO Fire, Entrepreneur on Fire, the other half of it. We've had John Jantz, Duct Tape Marketing, Dave Kirpin, Likeable Social, Chris Ducker, brilliant guy. We've got fantastic people coming. And I listen to them, I talk to them, I learn from them, but then I'm leveraging their expertise. It rubs off. So recently I was at a little event and I mentioned that I had interviewed Marcus Sheridan, and the people were interested in that because they're in a similar space, and they're, wow, oh, what did he tell you? What was it? And a couple of people want to know the thing. They now think I'm great because I'm friends with Marcus Sheridan. And it works like that. That has got me in through doors. So find the experts in your trade, in your industry, in your niche, and get to know them. It's not that hard, honestly. You think, well, John, it's easy for you. No, it isn't. They don't know me. These people I've never met. Most of them, I've never met them at all. I've actually met Marcus, lovely guy, but I've never met them. They don't know me from Adam. I wrote and I, in effect, pitched them, okay? So you can do the same. I actually had, funny enough, I thought that I would hardly get any response, but I got such a good response that my interview guests are actually queued up, which is pretty cool. So it's not that hard. They are real people. They're not super duper celebrities. They're not Kim Kardashian. I've not asked her, by the way. And finally, number 6, do more of what works. That seems like a kind of a strange thing to say, but very, very simple. If something works well, do more of it. If it's not working, don't do it anymore. Change. So, for instance, when I added the expert interview series, these are becoming by far the most popular podcasts I do. So, doing more. If it hadn't worked, if my audience hadn't liked it, I would have stopped and not continued. Now, we also don't write up what I call normal show notes for that interview. If you look at when most people are interviewed, a quick summary of some points that were talked about, and then a couple of links to their Twitter and so on, and that's about it. But we actually write up a full story explanation and make it into a full article and post of what we learn and what we can take away. Not just you can get the transcript as well, but we do that. Now that is proving very popular, and in fact with the guests very popular. People have said that they're the best show notes I've ever seen, which is fantastic. But the readers like it as well. You, the readers, and me. So do more of what works. Now there you go. There you have 6 tips that I learned from 340 podcasts that you can apply to your business and your life today. Dead easy, but over the weekend, think of that, right? Think of how you can take some of these and use them to your advantage. Don't think too hard, because it is the weekend, so I'd like you to have time with your family or with your loved ones or with your friends or whatever you want to do, or just laze around like I do sometimes. Have yourself a wonderful weekend. I will be back on Monday.